7:30 p.m. on Star Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world.
This is Star Radio UK.
In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
Body is your man. Bekutu, show them you got the coco set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harry Song, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker Baba for the girls. We're here. This is Star Radio. Don't go nowhere. UK, London. We they call them London for home. For here, we they call them London. And that's how you know. Just have fun and stay blessed.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, a very good evening and welcome once again to Wednesday Niger Voices, myself on the Star Radio UK. It is your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. I'd like to first and foremost appreciate my producer, Mr. Archie, and Mr. Frank, and all the presenter on the Star Radio UK. It is our Wednesday program, and this is how, we start the program in just about, exactly 7 minutes past 1800 hours. I'd like to welcome you as you're settling into the conversation this evening. It's going to be a very beautiful, fantastic evening with myself, and there will be quite a lot of opportunity for those of you that would also like to join the program as well. But before we kickstart, let us go straight and listen to the first music that we've laid down ready for you. Insecurity in Nigeria. What do we do? How do we get out of the mess that we are in as a country? All this is part of what I'm going to be discussing this evening on Niger Voices. Let us enjoy this while we get ready for the program. I say this is Niger Voices Wednesday edition, the 3rd of August 2022, 8 minutes past. Insecurity in Nigeria. How do we resolve this problem is the question I'm asking this evening. Our first track is Orile Demi by Janet, and let us enjoy it. Like I said, so many Nigerians are facing difficulties when it comes to the insecurity. What is the government doing? And are you aware that the federal government have just confirmed that 1.5 billion naira was used to buy a vehicle for Niger Republic? Why is that? I'm going to be telling you all that later on this evening. As you're joining, you can turn the volume on, but remember to subscribe to Star Radio UK, where you can be able to watch us every Wednesday evening from 6 p.m. Once again, my name is Olayomi Koiki, and I'm going to be your host this evening. For those of you that have been part of the program for the last so many years, we say thank you so much and welcome to Star Radio UK. Remember to follow us on Twitter on Star Radio UK. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel on Star Radio UK, and I'll be telling you how much you can enjoy this program every Wednesday. It is the Wednesday edition, and as we're going to be also discussing everything about the self-determination movement, the Biafra, the Yoruba, and everything you need to know, I'll be telling you more about that later on this evening on Wednesday edition of Star Radio UK. Do you think that the economy of Nigeria can revive even after the 2023 election? Or are you of the opinion with myself that says that no more election in Nigeria, it is time to disintegrate Nigeria? You would have opportunity to have your conversation as well heard in this evening edition as we are just kicking start the program. We'd like to say thank you so much to those of you that have joined us from other African countries. I say good evening and welcome to Star Radio UK. Do you know that you can listen to us on Twitter on Star Radio UK? A very good way to enjoy the program this evening with me, Olayomi Koiki, on Niger Voices. I would like to welcome you all as you're settling into the conversation, but tonight is going to be all about the insecurity in Nigeria. Let's just sit down and enjoy the program. So many Nigerians have been killed because of the insecurity. Is your family affected? Have you heard about the young final year student of Lautech that 5 million naira was paid even though she was eventually killed by the terrorists in Oshogbo? May her soul rest in peace. Have you seen the young man or the man elderly that was taken away for 4 months from Oyo State with so many other passengers? Eventually 8 million naira was paid. He was so lucky to return back to the family. I say welcome again to Niger Voices on Star Radio UK. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń gbọ́ wa káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò, and this is one of our beautiful language called Yoruba language. For those that are probably wondering what language is he speaking now, it's called the Yoruba language. Mo kí gbogbo yín pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò tí à ń pè ní Niger Voices lórí security la máa fi bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ ní àṣálẹ́ yìí. Ẹ káàbọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti wọlé. gbogbo ọmọ aláǹfààní àti pè sórí ètò ti alẹ́ ìbọ̀ tí a bá ti rántí pé orí rédíò ni a wà so gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tá a bá máa sọ ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá jẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ tí kò jẹ́ kó wọnú rédíò ẹ jẹ́ ká máa rántí gbogbo yín la máa fún láyè láti bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ ní àṣálẹ́ yìí ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò níbi tí a ti ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò náà báyìí. There is still threat to Lagos State, and we are telling the Lagos State government to do everything in their own possibly best to make sure that they can secure those that are living in Lagos and those that are doing business in Lagos, because we have evidence that Lagos State will be bombed by the terrorists that are already making a plan to attack Lagos State, a very beautiful city in West Africa. As you're joining, are you also aware that there's a movement called the Yoruba Nation? Are you part of that as well? If you're not part of it and you are not thinking of it now, why not think about the indigenous people? Because maybe we are better off as a nation than being part of Nigeria. And that is my view, and that is what I believe in, and that is what we campaign for on Naija Voices. The insecurity, do you ever think that you'll be going to Nigeria anytime soon? For those of us that are diaspora, do you think that you can go back home with all the investment that you've done, even though there's a lot of insecurity in the country? We couldn't have done this without saying a very massive thank you to my producer that are working tirelessly. And if you have been looking for us on Facebook, bear with us because we're still having some technical problem with the Facebook. But be rest assured that the team are working tirelessly to get our Facebook up and running again very, very soon. So if you have not been able to find us on Facebook lately, bear with us. And that is going to be coming back soon, very soon. We are just about less than 2 minutes before we go into the actual program. I'm going to be giving you all the news that you need to know when it comes to the insecurity in Nigeria in the last 1 week. If you were looking for me last week, Wednesday, I was literally taking a short break myself, but I'm back again every Wednesday. You will find me on 6 p.m. on Naija Voices, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Everybody wants Nigeria to be, like the overseas, but the question is, are you sure that we can have a Nigeria that will look like somebody that lives in America, in Ethiopia, in Ghana, even though we know most African countries are doing very well more than Nigeria this evening. Once again, my name is Olayomi Koiki. This is Naija Voices. So I've got this message that I've just been sent to me, and it says here, everybody wants Nigeria to be like countries overseas, including the civil servant who steals public funds, the security personnel who collect bribes at the detriment of national security, the teacher who organize special examination center, the parent who pay for exam malpractice for their children, the student who practice exam malpractice to pass its exam, the lecturer who gives out grade for money or sex, the citizen who shunt queues and disobey traffic rules, the politicians who embezzle public funds, the boss who give unremitted favors to his subordinate on basis of religion, tribe, political and other affiliation, the good sellers who harbor goods to create deliberate scarcity. I'm sure you all know those individuals. Again, the judges and lawyers who make ways for criminals to escape, facing the wrath of the law. The doctors who make ways for the doctors who refer their patient to private facility for personal gains. The engineers who construct below agreed standard facility for personal gain. The youth who believe shady and fraudulent acts are ways of hustling. The common man who is waiting. The common man who is waiting to be in any of the above mentioned situation and do the same, if not worse. Our individual actions makes a summation of our society. Think deeply about it. Amend your ways if you really want Nigeria to be like countries overseas. Do you even think that Nigeria is going to work? Is the question I'm asking this evening. So, as we're just about to kickstart the program, we will be opening the phone line very, very shortly because there's a lot I want you to discuss. And I want you to be part of this program myself so that we can ask this question. Do you still think that Nigeria is worth dying for? There's a lot of people that are representing Nigeria as we speak right now in the Commonwealth Games. I'm talking about the Yorubas, the Igbo, or some other ethnic groups. But when we look at the insecurity in Nigeria this evening, when we look at why is Nigeria in this situation that we found ourselves, there is answer to that question already, and I'm going to be giving us a background to some of those answers. But before we go into that, my question and my submission is, why do we still believe that we should secure and protect, the entity called Nigeria? Nigeria itself is a formation that was brought together in 1914 by the same British government, just as they've done across the globe, during the colonial era. I'm looking and reviewing at the insecurity in Nigeria. Also, just to remind some of us that 2022 World Shango Festival will be coming up on the 11th of August up to the 20th. We love our tradition. Our tradition is part of us, and we will continue to appreciate it. It's going to be taking place in Oyo, and if you'd like to be part of that, you can also check all the details on our timeline as well. Also, a very good one that I love so much, Osun Osogbo Festival. Osun Osogbo Festival kickstart on the 1st of August, and it will be going up to the 12th of August 2022. We plan to be also broadcasting from there sometime next week. My question is, do we now believe that Nigeria has finally collapsed, or are we still waiting for something to tell us that the country that you love so much is now finally crumbling? I'm going to be giving out some of the updates on the headline as well from the paper. But there's somebody that says something that I would like us to review and talk about. Someone that used to be part of the government. Someone that was also part of the government that we are now asking the question, do we still believe in Nigeria? And if you are still believing in one Nigeria, for how long do Nigeria happen to you before you start asking the question that Nigeria is not for every one of us? But so many Nigerians this evening would rather want us to keep Nigeria. They want us to go and vote in 2023 election that is coming up. 191 days. If we all do the same mistake by not either coming out of Nigeria peacefully, disintegrate the country. That is my own personal view. It might literally not be your view, because over 12 million Nigerians have gone to collect their PVC. My question then is, do you literally think that PVC will solve the problem in 2023? Do you think that Peter Obi will solve the problem? Do you also think that Atiku will solve the problem? Do you think that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be able to solve the problem that is being faced as we speak right now by millions of Nigerians? Or is it not just the best time now to ask the real question, is Nigeria for me? And if Nigeria is not for us, what are we going to do, individually, collectively? And that is why those that are now demanding a self-determination, also have the right to say we do not want to be part of a country that has literally created more havoc. We will open the phone line in a very good timing at about 1900 hours. So bear with us if you would like to be part of this program tonight. You will only call the number that I'm going to be giving out, but also remember that you are going to be speaking on the radio, so maybe some of the words that you might like to use, maybe we can just refrain from using them so that we can be able to communicate. A lot of Nigerians want us to save Nigeria. Do you really think that we can save Nigeria as it is right now, or is it not the right time to be truthful and say to ourselves that this current dispensation of the Muhammadu Buhari and the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo and all the cabinet ministers has literally failed Nigerians? But Nigerians are saying that yes, we agree that APC literally brought the Fulani militia into the country, and that is why millions of Nigerians today will not be able to travel from point A to B. Let me give you the breakdown. If you are not from Nigeria, maybe you are watching me from Sierra Leone, you are watching us from from Uganda. If you are going to be traveling to Nigeria today, we have about 177 highways that you are more likely to be kidnapped by the terrorists. You might likely to be killed. As we say that, let me first tell you that one of the final year students of Lautech University, Lautech in Ogbomoso, we can now confirm that she died. She died because we have a government that failed Nigerians across the globe. Before we go into the road network that you will not be able to travel to in Nigeria, let me give us some of the headlines so that you can have an idea what Nigerians are saying or what they are actually reading from some of the newspapers in Nigeria today. You are literally watching Star Radio UK. This is your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. And my name is Olayomi Koiki, your host. So let's go with the first headline coming out of Nigeria from one of the papers. And it goes like this. Federal government purchases 1.4 billion naira worth of vehicle for Niger Republic. Why do we have to buy vehicle for Niger when Ogun State we have a Boko Haram leader that was arrested on Saturday, when we have the southeast of Nigeria where there is a lot of criminality that we need money to save the lives of the people, when Kaduna is no longer safe? And for those of you that are watching us on the Star Radio UK this evening, let me share something with you that you might like to watch or you might like to see. There's a young man or an elderly man that was kidnapped from Oyo State, and the picture is right coming on the screen. He's not a madman, as you can see with that picture that is coming up. This is a Yoruba man trying to survive in Nigeria. He was doing his own motor business, just as so many Nigerians that do their daily business across the country. So the young man that you have just literally seen the picture right in front of those of you that are watching us on the software on the YouTube of Star Radio UK this evening. This man was kidnapped for 4.5 months. When you watch the video of the interview that was granted to him back in Ibadan by Olayomi, a journalist in Nigeria, you will literally cry for the family of this man. He has just been released from the captivity of the terrorists in Nigeria, where he was kept in Kaduna for 4.5 months. The question then is, do you still believe that Nigeria is worth dying for. Some that want us to go for 2023 election says we can revive Nigeria. Will you be able to tell this man that for 4.5 months the Nigerian government could not locate where he was kept inside Nigeria? He was not kept in the border of Nigeria. He was still in Nigeria, but yet he was unable to be rescued. I welcome you to my beautiful mother on the broadcast this evening. I say good evening to you, and to you, Muyiwa Osinuga. If you're watching on the YouTube of Star Radio UK, you will likely be recognized, because that is where we're going to be saying thank you so much for being part. And likewise to those of you that are watching on all the other platforms, I would like to welcome you all. Oduatide, thank you so much. Adeleye Taiwo, Muyiwa Omo Yoruba 3, and the rest of you. Prince Abimbola, I say good evening from here. Welcome. If you go and watch Olayomi Hamzat with the interview that was granted, I can't remember the name of this man. He was kidnapped. It was not the only one kidnapped. 18 of them were kidnapped. He spent more than 4.5 months. My question to Nigeria this evening is, are you sure that we can still revive Nigeria? Insecurity. What do you understand by that? What is your take on that? Let me now take us through some of the headlines once again. DSS tackles Chidoka over comment on security flop in Nigeria. You can see where the DSS become like people that will go after the citizen. But the DSS could not trace the phone line communication between this man that you're looking at the picture. He's not a madman. He's not insane. You are watching us from any part of the globe. The man behind me in this camera that you're watching, those of you that are watching on YouTube on Star Radio UK, he was kidnapped for 4.5 months and he was just released. But rather, DSS tackles Chidoka over comment on security flop. What we can tell Nigerians today is the DSS, the military, the civil servant, almost every single security architect in Nigeria is involved. El Rufai's name was mentioned by this man during the time he spent with the Fulani in the terrorist camp in Kaduna State. Remember that the late Dr. Malafia told us that he knows that one of the governors is also the leader of the Boko Haram. The question, I'm going to get that up, for us as the engineer are working on the audio of the late Dr. Malafia, may so rest in peace. The question is, do you think that we can revive Nigeria? Nigeria is now literally at the verge of breakup. Even the UK government says Nigeria would not be able to hold an election come 2023. Malafia told us that when the Fulani terrorists complete their mission in the rural area, they will be coming down to the urban area. Are we not saying that since a lot of Nigerians are being kidnapped across almost every part of Nigeria today, should we now say that it is now official that the terrorists have left their zone and they are now in the city? Let's listen to Lake Marafia.
Because some of us also have our own intelligence networks. Okay. Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram.
Okay, he said one of the northern governors is the leader of the Boko Haram. Could that be Kaduna State Governor? Kaduna State Governor, as we know, has contact with the terrorists, and sometimes it's said in one of the dailies in the Nigerian media that they've even tried to pay them off so that they can return back to where they came from. Where literally have they come from is the question. Once again, this is Star Radio UK. It is your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. I'm going to show us another picture. This young girl have just completed, or just on a final year, completing the university in Nigeria. But the same way the late Dr. Chinelo was killed during the terrorist attack on the train. So the face that you are now looking at behind is another Yoruba girl that was killed by the same terrorist in Nigeria yesterday, even though 5 million naira was paid by the family of Rachel. Rachel Okpadele, a Yoruba woman, could not be free because the terrorists decided to kill her. She was not the only one that was killed. Another staff was killed as well. Rachel Okpadele was abducted by the terrorists in the early hours of July 29, 2022 last year in an hotel at Aba, Ogbomosho, where she was working due to ASU strike. Once again, my question is, what is the government doing? She's not the only one. Let's take a look at Dr. Chinelo. She was just almost traveling out of Nigeria in almost 72 hours. But she was returning back to Kaduna on the 28th of March, where she met her death by the same terrorist. These are catalog of so many Nigerians that have been killed. Let's go back and listen to Dr. Malafia late, as he was explaining to us that when the Fulani terrorists finished inside the rural area, we should expect them to operate from the urban area. Rachel, that I've just shown you the picture, was kidnapped inside an urban area in Ogbomosho, southwest of Nigeria, on the 29th of July. 5 million naira, which is equivalent to almost 7,000 pounds today, was paid, but her life also went into it as well. Let's listen to the late Malafia once again.
And the truth. And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once.
Okay, thank you so much. I've just been told that our brother, our father that was kidnapped, that I showed you earlier on, this particular father, his name is Sulaiman. Sulaiman was kidnapped during the job that he loves to do as a driver. He spent 4 months, 4.5 months, and 8 million naira. When you look at the exchange rate this morning, which is equivalent to almost 810 naira to a pound, it shows that the Fulani terrorists are definitely being protected by the same government. And I'll give you why we said so, because one of the former chairman of the APC, told us how the Fulani were brought in 2015 to win the election. It's even more than £8,000 if I look at the calculation today. So when I look at the calculation, we're talking about £10,000 was paid by Mr. Sulaiman family to release him after 4.5 months. Yes. Because if I look at the exchange rate today, the exchange rate is about 810 naira to £1. So those of you that are probably asking the question, where is the government? I'm asking the same question. Where is the government? But the government is saying something as well. This is what President Muhammadu Buhari, a major general, retired. We have given the military freedom to end terrorism. But why is terrorism still active in Nigeria? Nigeria, as of today, remains number 6 in the global terrorism index in the world. Once again, you're listening to Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. The late Malafia, let me remind you that one of our king was killed. I'm talking about the late Oba Ifon that was killed about 2 years ago. Olufon of Ifon Oba Al-Maruf Magbabe Ola was killed by the terrorists. A first-class monarch in Orulu local government council area of Osun State. The Olufon of Ifon Orulu Oba Al-Maruf Adekunle Magbabe Ola, according to the information, was killed on April 19. My question then is, how do we continue to live in a country where our life is no longer safe? Who are these Fulani terrorists? What is their mission to Nigeria? And why is the Nigerian government not doing a lot? Let me give you the background from what we've gathered and what we've been told by those that are close to the same government. This was given to us by Kawu Baraji. Kawu Baraji was a former chairman of the APC. And the headline says, yesterday, how we brought in Fulani militia from Mali, Sierra Leone, Senegal, and others to win 2015 election. So the evidence now shows that while the government of Jonathan was preparing for an election, the APC, and I'm talking about all the hierarchy of the APC from Tinubu to Osibajo, knew that if only Jonathan was not going to allow power to go to the APC, the other option was to create anarchy and create havoc to millions of Nigerians by bringing in militia. But after the election, Jonathan gave away the power after losing. But the question then is, what did Buhari, El Rufai, Osibajo, Yemi Osibajo, Bola Tinubu, and those that brought in this Fulani militia, why have they not told them to go back? But rather, if you listen to the terrorists that kidnapped those from the Kaduna Abuja train, also said that they will kidnap the president and likewise kidnap El Rufai, the governor of Kaduna State. What Sulaiman also told us, from what I listened, also proved that the Buhari government and even El Rufai, the governor of Kaduna State, are all involved in this terrorism that have now blown out of proportion. Let's go into the article. Revelations have started to be made known how Nigeria got itself into the current high level of insecurity in the country. Abubakar Kawua Baraji, a former chieftain of the All Progressive Congress, APC, on Monday this week traced the origin of the current insecurity in the country to the influx of Fulani terrorists from neighboring countries like Sierra Leone, Mali, Senegal, Niger, and Chad. They were brought into the country for election purposes in 2015. He said this in Ilorin as part of his activities to mark his 70th birthday anniversary. So that literally means that when you look at the faces of these young, beautiful Yoruba women, Rachel, that was killed yesterday after 5 million naira was delivered. The man that took the 5 million escaped with a bullet wound, but 2 people died. So that means that the same government that is currently on running this dispensation have now failed Nigerians. But the question then to Nigerians is, who and how do we move forward Nigeria as a whole? Some say we can still change the course and the direction of this government by giving 2023 election to Tinubu, Atiku, Kwankwaso, Sowore, or Peter Obi. But those that believe that the self-determination is now the best time to disintegrate from Nigeria, I'm talking about the Biafrans, and likewise those from the Yoruba, the Oduduwa, that says that we can no longer be in a country where Lugard make this amalgamation in 1914. The image that you are looking at is just one out of millions of Nigerians that are also living in the capital poverty of the world today. Self-determination is not a crime. But the question is, looking at all these individuals in the picture behind me, these are all members of the APC. From the Senate President Ahmed Lawan to the Minister for Education Ngige, that could not solve the problem of the ASU strike in the last 6 months that Nigerian students have been sitting now at home. But rather, the Nigerian government has so much money that to the tune of 1.4 billion naira, vehicles were purchased to Niger Republic. And the federal government of the APC finance minister has confirmed that. Once again, I would like to appreciate my producer, Mr. Frank David and Mr. Archie. And let me take you back again quickly to some of the headlines. DSS tackles Chidoka over comment on security flop in Nigeria. Why is the DSS not active to go after the secure line of the terrorists when they're communicating with the members of the public? I thought we were told that NIM purposely was linked to the SIM card. It shows that the government is the one funding the terrorism in Nigeria in the first place. The Department of the State Security Services has berated the former aviation minister Osita Chidoka over what it considers an outburst over the security situation in the country in the recent times, accusing him of displaying ignorance in the public. DSS, nobody is displaying ignorance. We are saying to you, why have you not been able to trace the call between Mr. Sulaiman family and the security and the terrorists that kidnapped him for 4 months? This is what it looks like after it came out from the terrorist den as someone that is mad. So what is the role of the DSS? What is the role of the DIA? What is the role of the security architect? And I'm also asking the question, what is the role of each of the governors representing Nigerians in each of their 36 states across the country called Nigeria? Is it not time that we say enough is enough and let us now disintegrate Nigeria before Nigeria goes into explosion? Because right now Nigeria is literally sitting on a cake of time bomb. Once again, you're listening to Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. When you look at the statistics that is coming up now, these, according to the Global Terrorism Index, Nigeria remains number 6 when it comes to countries that have the major terrorists operating. Once again, good evening and welcome to Star Radio UK. My name is Olayomi Koiki, and I would like to appreciate every single one of you that have joined us so far. As we say, may Nigeria never happen to you. Let me take you back again, as my engineer are giving us different view behind us. Right behind me was the Chief of Army Staff that came to United Kingdom some few months back. So what is the relationship when it comes to the Western world helping in terms of the insecurity in Nigeria today? Let's come back. Let me also, as my engineer is giving us different view, as Nigerians, remember during the COVID time, what you're actually looking behind you is where Nigerians were trying as much as possible to get as so many foodstuff, because rather than the foodstuff to be shared to Nigerians, it was all about probably for 2023 election. My question to Nigerians today is, do you think that we can continue like this? As we say, may Nigeria never happen to you. Now let me take you back to the headlines again this evening at exactly 10 minutes before 7 p.m. Speclat Energy commit to supplying right energy mix for Nigerians grow. That is coming from the headline. Don't secede our land to Fulani herders. IPOB wants Igbo, monarch, and politicians and others. We also celebrate Fela Anikulapo Kuti. Remember, Fela Anikulapo Kuti is an icon that we remember for a very long time, and yesterday makes it 25 years that Fela Anikulapo Kuti, died. A political activist, someone that loved his people. Remember that even the mother was killed by the same government during that era that is now known as unknown soldier. As we remember Fela Anikulapo Kuti, we pray for every single soul that have been killed by Nigeria, whether deliberately, whether in the hospital, whether in Nigeria that died, in the hands of the terrorists, whether in Nigeria that died because of the negligence of a good road, whether in Nigeria that was purposely killed because they could not raise the money to treat their loved ones in the hospital. Once again, we welcome you to Star Radio UK as we're going through the headline this evening. We have no preferred candidate, says INEC. INEC, as we know, as they continue the preparation for 2023, the question then is, with the insecurity in Nigeria today, are we going to see election hold in 2023? The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has reassured Nigerians of its neutrality in the lead up to the next year general election, declaring that it has no preferred candidate. The INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, gave the assurance today in Abuja, the 4th Professor Abubakar Momo Memorial Lecture. The lecture, which had its theme Electoral Act 2022, imperative for political parties, and the 2023 general election was designed to enlighten and sensitize political parties on the new provisions in the Act and directive subsidiary laws of the Commission. And as we go into the next headline, threat to attack Lagos satellite town resident urge Navy to take action on illegal structure is the next headline. We have been saying it for almost a week now that there is evidence that Lagos State will be bombed if the Lagos State and the government of Nigeria do not put all the security mechanism to protect 20 million lives. The intelligence keeps coming again and again after the Kuje prison break that was done by the same terrorists. The headline here says August 3rd, 2022, threat to attack Lagos. Satellite town resident is now urging the Navy to take action on illegal structures. We're saying to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and his deputy to make sure that they do everything within their capacity to protect the lives of millions of people that are living and doing businesses in Lagos State. Following intelligence report, and I'm reading from the article. Following intelligence report on the threat by the terrorists to attack Lagos State and the other cities, residents of the satellite town under the auspice of Safe Satellite Town Forum, SSF, in Oriade Local Council Development Area LCD of Lagos State, have called on the Nigerian Navy to clear shanties on the road opposite the Navy Gate. They say that the place has become a settlement for Okada riders and other people whose characters, identities, and addresses are questionable. A statement by the president of the body, Mr. Ifeyi Chukwu, said the presence of the shanties and their occupants do not only pose a threat to the Nigerian Navy barrack, but also the residents of the satellite town. So once again, I'm asking the question, is 2023 coming up, or do you think that there will not be election in Nigeria? Nigeria is now literally becoming a no-go area. Let's take a look at more headline as we're going to be opening the phone line at about 7 p.m. As we continue to monitor, the Commonwealth game, the question again is, what is the purpose of the Commonwealth? And why should we, for those of us that do not want to be part of Nigeria, be added to the Commonwealth when we are the indigenous people before 1914? Lugard, that also made that happen, was only 26 years old in 1884 during the Berlin Conference or the Congo Conference, when 14 European countries divided Africa and each one of them was taking resources that was not meant for them. Makinde, we will continue to prioritize human capital development. I'm not sure how he wants to do that. There are millions of people in Oyo State with no jobs. There are millions of people in Oyo State that do not have the basic welfare. But yet, federal government, according to the Minister of Finance, while we purchased 1.4 billion security vehicle for Niger Republic, when there is no security in your country, as Asari Dokubo will say, no be juju be that. Once again, we'll say good evening to those of you that have joined us. And let me quickly look at how many one of you have joined us. Perfect Logistics, a very good evening to you. And those of you that are watching us on all the other platforms as well. No be juju be that. Nigeria is having security issues, terrorism, kidnapping, banditry, armed robbery, ritualists. But yet the government have enough fund to pay for Niger or Niger State. Oh, sorry, Niger Republic. Niger Republic rather. My question again is, let's now go back and listen a little bit more to the late Dr. Malafia.
Twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and something. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They are already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They are everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house.
So should we now say that the Fulani terrorists have now activated going into the urban city with the death of Rachel? Rachel doesn't live in the rural area. She actually lived in the urban city, but yet she was able to be kidnapped with another person, and the two of them have now been killed by the terrorists after 5 million naira was paid. Let's go back again and listen more.
Killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
By 2022 this year, according to the late Dr. Malafia, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria. And when you look at the headline about the insecurity in the country, what is Buhari himself saying? From what we know, President Major General Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday, yesterday in Abuja, says his regime had given the military full freedom to end the insecurity in the country, which he called madness. According to the statement that was signed by Special Assistant on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, Buhari was reacting to the recent attacks in Kaduna, Plateau, and Sokoto State. The statement is titled, President Muhammadu Buhari condemns barbaric attacks in Kaduna State, Plateau State, Sokoto State, and also condones bereaved family. Do we just have to continue to condone the bereaved family? But rather, the government has so much money that the federal government today, after the FEC executive meeting and during the press briefing, justify its procurement of 10 security vehicles for Niger Republic early this year at a whooping sum of 1.145 billion naira. The government was not going to tell us this until an investigative journalist, David Odoye, released this yesterday to the social media. We would never have known. The question is the government also helping Benin Republic? Because what we know is the government purposely shut down Benin Republic border that links the Yoruba to the Benin. But yet, the government opened up the border in Niger Republic and allowed influx of jihadis, militiamen, kidnapping Nigerians from the southeast to the north central. So many Nigerians have now become homeless. We can't continue like this. We're going to be speaking a bit of our language in just about a few minutes so that those that probably at home that we are now communicating with, we are saying that it is time now to say enough is enough. And that is why some of us, this is my view, not the view of the radio station, but my own personal view, that it is time now that the Yoruba exit peacefully out of Nigeria and have their own independent nation. A lot of Nigerians will ask, how is that going to happen? It has been done before. USSR, also known as Soviet Union, 31 years ago, dissolved into 15 smaller countries, and each of those countries are now able to secure their country without allowing anyone to come in until we are known to them. So if we have a Yoruba nation, we can also build our own system. And some of the benefit will also be, we will do things in our own way. We can do things the Yoruba ways. What does Nigeria offer you that the Yoruba nation cannot offer you? Do you think that getting a PVC will solve the problem that we are facing currently? Why not join hands with those that are campaigning tirelessly so that we can achieve a Yoruba nation before 2023? There will be a mega rally that is coming up very soon. We'll be announcing the date as soon as we are given the date and the state. We want you all to go and prepare. Remember, just as we told you when we were signing the petition, the 5 million petition has been completed, but more people can continue to sign if you have not done so. Go to www.ominirayoruba2022.org and you will be able to sign the petition if you have not done so for your loved ones. Remember that we will be the one to solve this problem. We remember those that were killed in Owo some few weeks back, if not months now. As we remember so many Nigerians that are facing all kind of obstacle because they are Nigerians. My question is, we can't continue like this. But some Nigerians are saying that with their PVC, they will be able to change the situation in the country. Let us remember every single soul that have died. We remember our beautiful sister as well that was killed by the Nigerian security in Lagos. We're talking about Jumoke Oyeleke. Jumoke Oyeleke was killed by a straight bullet during a peaceful rally that took place July 3rd last year. We remember her as we remember the two individuals that were killed inside the home of Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igbowo. We're talking about Alhaji Adigun and likewise Alhaji Fatai. These two people died because the federal government wanted to assassinate somebody that was saying that the Fulani terrorist is already invading our land. Rather than the government going after the terrorists, the government literally put in about 1,000 security operative and machineries, and they came down on the 1st of July. Wanted to kill Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igbowo. He escaped, but two people were killed. The question then is, can we continue like this? We, the Yorubas, can exit out of Nigeria and go back to where we were before 1914. The Biafra can do the same thing. As we remember so many people that have been killed in Nigeria, we would like to also remember our beautiful sister, Tolulope Arotile, that was killed by the same government. The first helicopter combat pilot in the history of the Navy, or the Air Force rather. But Tolulope Arotile died in the same system that was meant to protect her. My question is, can we literally say enough is enough? Tolulope was killed by the Nigerian and they have to cover a debt. Till date, nobody has been charged for the death of Tolulope Arotile. Remember, the late Chief M.K. Abiola was killed by the same government after he won the 1993 presidential election, one of the freest elections that is also giving room to the democracy that we're enjoying today. For those that think that you are enjoying a democracy, we remember the late Chief M.K.O. Abiola. So many individuals like that. As we remember those individuals, we remember our beautiful sister, Justice for Bamishe. The only offense of this young girl was she was going back home after a daily bread from working as an hairdresser. A fashion designer. She was raped, killed, and her body was dumped in Lagos State. Up to date, the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, have not said anything on the Justice for Bamishe, and we are demanding justice for her. The mother, if I go back, because we had an interview with the parents, and I think the mother is about 70-something years old, and the father is about 80-something. Justice for Bamishe. As we demand justice for Bamishe, we demand justice for every single innocent Nigerians that have been killed by the same government. My question to those that are Yoruba is it not time to hang the boot and say enough of being part of a country that have failed every single one of us? Nigeria will never work. Nigeria was not designed to work. Nigeria is time to say goodbye to Nigeria and let us embrace a new nation that can become more powerful, where we can do things our own way. As we continue to ask the state governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and also the deputy governor, if this was your own daughter, are we not going to get justice for her? I'm speaking directly to the wife of the governor of Lagos State and the deputy. If this was your own daughter, are you not going to find justice for her? Why are we so wicked individuals? I'm talking to the governor and also the deputy governor. Likewise, the ministers, the commissioners. Where are the civil liberty organization to demand justice for this young girl. She's not the only one that has been killed in Nigeria. As we go to the southeast of Nigeria, we remember also our beautiful sister that was killed by the same government that is meant to protect her. Chinyere was killed by the DSS in the southeast. Her only offense being an Igbo woman. The question is, what about those that died during the EndSARS? I'm speaking directly to all our youth. Do you think that PVC will solve the problem on the table? The current situation that Nigeria is right now is there is no unity in Nigeria, but we are all living in denial. As we remember Jumoke Oyeleke, these are women that were all killed by the same government. My question is, should we continue like this, or should we say we've had enough of being part of Nigeria and we can literally go back to where we were before 1914? My name is Olayomi Koiki of Koiki. This is Star Radio UK. We're going to open the phone line, like I said, in just about a few minutes. For those of you, I want to fi àsìkò yìí a fi ń rọ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà nílé tó wà lóko pé ìdí tí àwa kan ṣe ń sọ pé a fẹ́ òmìnira Yorùbá, a fẹ́ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè, òun ni pé ìjọba Nàìjíríà ó lọ́wọ́ sí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ikú àti jàǹbá tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀ ikú àti jàǹbá tó wà ní charge please tó ń bẹ ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà lénìí. Àwọn ràn yín à ń sọ fún yín pé ẹ ṣe jẹ́ ká darapọ̀ ká wá òmìnira Yorùbá, ká darapọ̀ ká má tún náà fẹ́ lọ dìbò 2023 nítorí pé ìjọba Nàìjíríà tí à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ yìí, ìjọba tí kò nífẹ̀ẹ́ aráàlú, ìjọba tó jẹ́ pé ó jẹ́ kó ṣe ààbò fún ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti àwọn ilẹ̀ Ìgbò, ilẹ̀ Haúsá àti Middle Belt, ìjọba náà mà ló wá di pé ó ń pa àwọn aráàlú. Ìdí tí a ṣe ń sọ pé ẹ jẹ́ ká dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè, ká kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà nítorí pé Nàìjíríà ò ṣiṣẹ́. Nàìjíríà ò ṣiṣẹ́ fàgbàlagbà, kò ṣiṣẹ́ fọ́mọdé. Nigeria is not working, and it is time that we be honest with ourselves. But a lot of the Yoruba are saying that Èmi ló kàn, Tinubu is who you want to vote for. Tinubu will not be able to solve the problem that they brought in 2015. Tinubu also knew about the terrorism and the Fulani jihadis that have been coming into Lagos, Ogun, Osogbo, Ọ̀yọ́, Èkìtì, Kwara, Kogi. So àsìkò tí a máa fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń wò wá láyè, tí ẹ̀yin náà lè dá sí ètò tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní àṣálẹ́ lórí Star Radio UK. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá fẹ́ pè wá, ẹ máa rántí pé orí rédíò ni a wà. So ojú aago tí ẹ máa pè sí òun náà ni +44 74 04 405 917. That is the number that you will be able to call in so that we can also hear your view on all the conversation that we've been discussing in the last 1 hour. 12 minutes past 7, as we say, may Nigeria not happen to you. While we're going to be waiting for the calls to come through, I'm going to go back again slightly to more other headline coming out of Nigeria. Once again, we say a very good evening to those of you that have joined us across the globe. Nigeria has money to buy vehicle for Niger Republic, but yet millions of Nigerians today do not have enough security in their respective homes and villages. The federal government on Wednesday justified its procurement of 10 security vehicles for Niger Republic early this year at a whopping 1.145 billion naira. Speaking on the issue, the Minister of Finance and Budget and National Planning, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, argued that even though Nigerians have the right to question President Muhammadu Buhari, who approved the purchase, also has the right to make his own assessment on situations and act accordingly. Who is Buhari working for? Is the president working for Nigerians, or is he working for Niger citizens? Because it is the same government of Buhari that brought in the same problem that a lot of Nigerians are facing today in their respective home, whether somewhere in Abakaliki, whether in Enugu, whether in Kano, whether in Kaduna, Sokoto, in Ogun State, in Lagos State, or your state, Kogi and Kwara. Why would the government pay a whooping 1.145 billion naira? That is known to the government. But yet, a lot of Nigerians would never have known this if David Odoye did not expose the government. Once again, a very good evening and welcome to Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station, at exactly 15 minutes past 7 p.m. this evening. I say thank you so much to all our listeners that are watching, and also those of you that are enjoying the program this evening. My name is Olayomi Koiki. Nigeria, may it not happen to you. Nigeria, a country that so many Nigerians wanted to save. And I'll give you, with a conversation I had with someone this evening, or this afternoon rather, and he said to me he left Nigeria in 1996. He's a pharmacist that has a big pharmacy, which I'm not going to mention the state, in Yoruba land, big one, but he had to leave Nigeria because he was attacked by the same set of people. So it is not just that the attack just started yesterday. This attack started some almost 30 years ago. He's now living abroad. As at the time before he left Nigeria, he runs a very powerful pharmacist store in Nigeria, in the southwest precisely. His plan, according to what he told me, was to start producing, medical equipment, like the drugs that is being sold. Imagine if this same person still in Nigeria today, how many pharmacies he would have across the country, and how many people he would have been able to employ, whether as a production or logistics. Have you also been affected by Nigeria in the last 30 years? What is your experience? Fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ sì sọ pé ká mú Nàìjíríà dání sọ́wọ́. Ǹjẹ́ Nàìjíríà ṣì wà fún yín? Ǹjẹ́ Nàìjíríà ń ṣiṣẹ́? Nàìjíríà tí ẹ sọ pé ká túbọ̀ mú dání. Are you sure Nigeria is working for you? Nigeria is literally now at the verge of collapse. Nigeria is at the verge of collapse. But so many Nigerians are saying that we can rescue Nigeria by voting Peter Obi, because he has the magic wand to turn things around, and give hope to Nigerians. But those that say that Nigeria is not working because it is the fabrication of the British government in 1914. Is it not the time that we end Nigeria now peacefully, so that we can have a better opportunity? Are you also of the same view? Or are you of the view that 2023 election should go ahead? As we continue to campaign, for those of us that believe that Nigeria is no longer working, Nigeria is not working, not because of anything, it's because we want to reclaim back our indigenous right, rather than the right that was given to us by the British government in 1914. The British government knew that the country called Nigeria today will have a lot of issues in the long run, but they care less about that. They were more concerned about the resources that will come out of Nigeria. They wanted as much as resources, and that resources is the reason why they've kept Nigeria running for a very long time. 389 different ethnic groups, and you've matched them together, and you expect them to live side by side. You expect them to live peacefully. How do you expect that to work? That is not going to work, and that is why some of us are saying we do not want to be known as Nigeria anymore. We would rather want to be known as the Yoruba people from the southwest of the formerly country called Nigeria, where we will be well appreciated, respected in the global community today. Once again, this is Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. My name is Olayomi Koiki. Nigeria at the verge of collapse. Let me go back again and look at some of the headlines coming out of Nigeria this evening. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Mrs. Zainab, says that yes, it is your right to ask questions. But is it the same help that the government is giving to Benin Republic? We would love to know. Answering reporters' questions after the Federal Executive Council (FEC) meeting that was presided over by the President Buhari at the State House, Abuja, the minister said Nigeria has a policy of assisting its neighbors to strengthen capacity to deal with insecurity. But it is the same government that brought in the insecurity into the country, according to Abubakar Kawa Baraji. So who is fooling who? Tani wan parọ́ fún? Tani government in parọ́ fún? Who is the government literally telling lies to? That, we have policy, to provide security for Niger, but you also brought in the same insecurity, the militia, according to the APC national, the former chieftaincies, Abubakar Kawu Baraji. So who is actually fooling who? Are you also being fooled as a Nigerian today? Do you think that your PVC will chase away the terrorists out of Nigeria? Let me go and give us a breakdown of how many insecurity situations that have taken place in Nigeria in the last 1 week. Millions of Nigerians are dying every day. I'm going to be responding to the trend that is going on the social media. Niger Republic is trending at number 1 with 78,000 tweets, and the reason is it seems Buhari more in love with Niger Republic than Nigerians by providing security vehicle. Why not provide the same security vehicle to all the states in Nigeria? This is what Ifa Funsho has to say. President Buhari made me realize that Niger Republic was part of the amalgamation of Nigeria. Are Karunwi, David Odoye and his fellow goons are currently talking about how Buhari used 1.4 billion naira that belongs to Nigeria to buy vehicles. And I think we have a caller, and let me go straight to our caller. Hello? Okay, I think we lost the call. My question to Nigerians again is, ǹjẹ́ ẹ sì fẹ́ wà nínú ìlú tó mẹ́jẹ aráàlú lójoojúmọ́ tí wọ́n ń pọmọdé tí wọ́n ń pàgbàlagbà? Ǹjẹ́ bí a ṣe fẹ́ máa gbé ayé lélẹ́yìí? Àbí àsìkò tí tó kólúkálukú máa lọ? The military is always having power to go after smaller crimes, which we do not condone here on Star Radio UK. But what about those terrorists that are terrorizing Nigerians? They are more easy to go to the local government, terrorize individual Nigerians, but they have no guts to go into the forest to go after the terrorists with the billions of naira allocated to the military and the Navy and the Air Force. So these are some of the headlines when it comes to the insecurity in Nigeria today. Just in recent mobilized Nigerian army for clearance operation in Ilere district of Ifelo to local government area in view to flush out criminal elements hibernating in one of the agrarian belt of the state. This is an ongoing exercise whereby the state government engages the security agency, including the police, to prevent criminals from gaining any foothold in Kwara State. NDLEA bust Impura in Lagos, Anambra arrest 2 barons. Say no to drugs. What a very sad one again in Nigeria today. The Assistant Inspector General of Police, AIG, in charge of Zone 12 and his convoy were attacked yesterday, 2nd of August, at about 2:30 at Badi Zangidi area of Bauchi State, and he died. The AIG sustained bullet injury. The AIG sustained an injury while the orderly was shot dead. The question then is, who is fooling who when it comes to Nigeria? We're going to be bringing today's program to an end at exactly 8 o'clock. So we're just about 34 minutes before the end of the program. Once again, police nabbed 23 suspects for criminal conspiracy, unlawful possession of dangerous weapon. And let's go, we have a new caller. Hello caller, welcome to Niger Voices on Star Radio UK.
Thank you, my brother. This is Adetoyi on the show.
You're welcome, sir.
It's like there's a conspiracy theory that is being propaganda. I can call it a propaganda by Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, that says that Buhari is from Niger, that Buhari is dead, and the clown they are using to juxtapose or to stand as a president of Nigeria is from Niger. I think that is interesting now, as President Muhammadu Buhari is channeling all the wealth, all the money, all the reserve in this time of starvation of Nigeria, is channeling it towards a Nigerian Republic. Because last time we heard that the commissioner for transportation, in collaboration with federal government, they construct a rail station that we don't have in Nigeria. They channel it to the Nigerian Republic, and again, a open amount of money is also channeled to the Nigerian Republic. What for? If not that there is something that is going on that we, the citizens of the fraudulent country called Nigeria, they are hiding from us. Why are they? What is not enough for us? Why are they taking it to Nigerian Republic? What for? This is the time that Nigerians need to stand up and talk to and speak up their mind. We say we don't want Nigeria any longer. We don't have job, we don't have electricity, we don't have security. nothing is working in Nigeria. I think this is a high time for the citizen to rise up and demand what he wants. Peter Obi cannot do anything. Jagaban, there is a Marcus Jagaban. He cannot do anything. Article that deny us, that doesn't allow us to have electricity in Nigeria, is coming back an aspirant to conduct for the presidency election in the same Nigeria, and we can have confused citizens trying to follow him. This is very absurd. This is very annoying, and this, I'm telling you, Mr. Koiki, when what federal government are playing with citizens, when they broke out, it's going to be worse than what happened in Sri Lanka, and it's going to be more brutal than what has ever happened in planet Earth. Because citizens now, they cannot afford to square meal. There is not even the meal, let alone affording how to buy it. People must go, Yoruba must go, and Hausa must go. This is the solution to Nigerian problem, not PVC, not election. Thank you, Mr. Koiki.
So, thank you so much, and Woa. Yeah, it has to be clipped because we're running the software, back to the studio. So you probably don't know that because you're watching from this platform. That is why you're saying that. If you're watching from the software, you need a green background, and you probably need to clip the flag. So it has nothing to do with the flag that you have there. So probably maybe a lot of you do not know, and that is the reason why I have to explain. I'm just explaining because we are streaming from another platform here. So now let's come back. For the benefit of those that are watching us, this transmission is going straight from Star Radio UK, which is not Koiki Media, as you know. This is a Wednesday edition. This program has been going on air for the last 5 years, every Wednesday, and it's called Niger Voices. And this is how we do it, where we talk about issues affecting Nigerians. We talk about issues affecting, the diaspora that are living in the United Kingdom and other countries that are Nigerians. But also now that millions of Nigerians are saying we don't want to be known as Nigeria. We want to get our own independent nation, which is we're not going to bring it down. So stop stressing yourself about the flag that is behind me at the moment. You're not listening. That's the problem with a lot of Nigerians. They listen to what they want to listen to. They're probably not listening to the conversation. I've repeated the reason why it is clipped, and if you don't understand that reason why, then you are probably need to get a bit of understanding what it works when it comes to the studio. Let me go to the next caller that is calling us as well this evening. Once again, láǹfààní àti pé kí ẹ sọ ẹ̀dùn ọkàn yín lórí Star Radio UK nírọ̀lẹ́ lórí insecurity tó wà ní Nigeria. If you can't speak English, it is not our language. I will allow you to speak our local dialect. So like I said again, the reason why you are saying what you're saying is because you're not watching from the software. If you're watching from the software, you will not even know what is behind the screen. The next caller. Let's listen to you, please.
Good. Okay, good evening. I have some little contribution.
Go ahead, ma.
We shouldn't be too concerned that Buhari, if we go back to his question time in 2019, Buhari specified that he have to look after his cousins in Niger Republic. So Buhari is from Niger.
Okay.
He has been using that.
Okay, bear with us. That's the network. It's going to come back. Again, you're still late. Yeah, you're back. Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you. We can hear you, man.
Not only that, the FGN cars, according to information, was all over Niger Republic. That's what they use as official car in Niger Republic. Number two, it has been a long time agenda of the Fulanis to run down Nigeria, to Islamize Nigeria. This started from Babangida regime.
Okay.
So Buhari is just finishing the tax.
Okay.
And is achieving it.
Okay.
So Buhari has come to run down Nigeria by looting, insecurity, influx of the jihadists. So while we Nigeria are clamor for now, and in my own opinion, Buhari should call individual to a table and just divide the country, because it's not going to work.
Okay.
Not any politics or political party can mend Nigeria. It has already broken.
Okay.
We are at the end of the road for Nigeria.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to our caller from from United Kingdom. Lamfani ati Dasi. Some of you are not listening, so that's the problem with you. I'm not going to listen to you because you are not listening to the conversation. If you listen to the conversation, you would have understand, the reason why you are looking on the screen that is behind you. So we go to the next caller quickly. Like I said, you can speak in our local language if you want. Or can you mute the background, please, as you're calling in?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, you're live on the program with us. This is Star Radio UK. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good evening from here.
Now, I've been watching you this morning. So, I want to contribute to the point.
You're live. Go ahead.
The problem we have is for anybody who still believes in one Nigerian, who believes in Nigerian as well, it's retarded.
Okay.
It's stupid.
Okay.
That's why I consider all our politicians, no matter how big you are, no matter how small you are, they are foolish.
You're lying. Go ahead.
Because if they are not stupid, we already tell them on a negative way that our politicians in southern Nigeria and in the eastern Nigeria, we actually negatively tell them that they are stupid and foolish.
Okay.
Because if they are not foolish, why do you don't see a politician from Yoruba side, like a southern side, to go and invest all Nigerian investment to Cotonou, Benin Republic, or in a part of Yoruba land, right there, and let eastern side go and invest on the eastern part too, but they did not do that. Which means this man have his own agenda. I think everybody is foolish like them.
Okay.
Because I consider Fulani and Hausa, they are foolish. But they think everybody they are dealing with is foolish like them. And now the politicians of Yoruba land, they sold us to them.
Okay.
Like
So what you're saying is, if I get you right, so you believe that the Yoruba politician literally sold us off, to the northerners, and that's the reason why we are going through this problem as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's exactly what's going on.
Okay.
So, Fulani now see her because of a politician and the people that are supposed to be our supervisor,
Okay.
to be standing up to Yoruba people, to stand up for us, they see them like a bully. So they agree that every people in Yoruba land and eastern part of Nigeria, they are foolish and stupid. That's
Okay.
why you see Nigeria have a lot of consequences, a lot of security issue, and he abandoned the situation and now go to the Nigeria Republic to go and torture them. You remember the last time when this stupid ass man give them money in one Arab country?
Yeah.
And so they literally, he was trying to gain ground for those people.
Okay.
To make us look stupid, so that we can look stupid to all everybody. Our politicians, the game is our politicians and our others, our stupid others,
Okay.
and our politicians.
Okay.
They are the stupidest people in the whole world.
Okay.
Dumb people. The politicians are the dumbest people else. They are the ones
So if I may ask you, so what do you think, for the benefit of our listeners, that are watching us from around the globe, today, what is the best way moving Nigeria forward, today?
Best way to move Nigeria forward, I swear to God, even though Jesus Christ came down from the heaven to go and settle down in Nigeria, to say, I want to settle Nigeria, I'm telling you right now, there is gullible, but their ignorance is just to be terrorized, something an investment. So because they are benefit of that situation, they won't let it happen. Jesus Christ can come to Nigeria and say, I want to set it up. Yes, you will say it. But I'm telling you, Robert, I swear to God, even though God came to Nigeria to come and settle Nigeria, he will never get it done. Because Nigeria is over corruption. Nigeria is over corruption. There is nobody can fix Nigeria at this moment.
Nobody
the
can
only
fix
thing
Nigeria.
that can fix Nigeria is to just get up and let everybody go away.
They're separate
The
ways.
issue of the Europe people, the people they colonize people or something, whatever they call their name, they are stupid as the same way. Anyway, because if they are not stupid, they're selfish. Let's consider people like us living here. We're living here like we don't have no relative, nothing. We don't have a life. Because when they see us, no matter who you are, right here, they see you like trash. They don't value you. You're black, you did, and you are here. You wanna do something, bro? You won't get it up. I'm just telling my people, they have a job, they are do this, they build a house, they do this. You think they like you? No, they're not like you, bro. They're not. The only thing why they like you, they're just making you. They make you feel better. Because they don't want you to feel the pain.
Okay. All right. Let's give somebody else, another chance to call in. And thank you so much for your contribution. Akibuwaiti and Bora, you're watching a live transmission that is going into Star Radio UK. A good evening to you, to our mother, Janet Mati. Hello, caller. Can you mute the background, please? Can you mute the background? Hello, caller. You're live with us now. Go ahead. Ẹ ti wọrí ètò ẹ̀dẹ́ka gbọ́n tẹ́yìn náà fẹ́ sọ lórí insecurity tó ń lọ ní Nàìjíríà.
Security tó ń lọ ní pé ṣẹ́rí out níbi púpọ̀ àwọn Yorùbá tí ò lọ́pọ̀ lọ ni. Because tó wà bóyá ẹlòmíì kì í gbọ́ news yẹn ẹlòmíì kì í gbọ́ news wọ́n ṣáà ka pépà ẹlòmíì ò ka pépà wọ́n ṣáà gbọ́ ọ̀pọ̀ lọ pẹ̀lú gbogbo ariwo tí wọ́n pa láti jọ ẹ̀ ṣẹ́rí Nàìjíríà kò lè wọ́ọ̀kì wọn.
Kí ni ìdí tí kò ṣe lè work? Ẹ ṣàlàyé fún wa. Kí ni ìdí tí kò ṣe lè work?
Ìdí tí ò fi lè work ni pé ẹ máa ká para tọrọ wa jẹ ṣe rí gbogbo àwọn security yìí náà àṣẹ tó ń pa fún wọn tó bá ní kán lọ sí A wọn tún máa darí tí wọn lọ sí C. Bó ṣe wà wọ́n mọ ọkọ tí wọ́n ṣe. Wọ́n mọ ọkọ tí wọ́n ṣe bó ṣe wọ́n wọ́n ní àwọn náà pé olè wá jà. Àwọn náà tó fẹ́ pé olóko wọn mú ọ. Kò dẹ̀ lè pọ̀ sí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ìwọ̀nsẹ̀ bá gbọ́ nǹkan táwọn Fúlàní gbé àwọn ẹ̀sìn mẹ́yìn. Ẹbí tó yẹ kí àwọn ọmọ àti máa bí ra wa léèrè ni ẹ pé kí ló pa pẹ́sidẹ́ǹtì ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ pé kó dá wọn ló pé àdéhùn ẹ̀ ó ṣìkà ẹ̀. Bọ̀tí àwa Yorùbá ìjẹkújẹ. Torí ìjẹkújẹ tá a fẹ́ jẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu náà ó mọ̀ pa gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ó ló gbé tí wọn Buhari wá fún wa.
So eléyìí tó wá ń sọ pé òun fẹ́ jáde láti tún jẹ́ pé kó wá dìbò fóun, eléyìí tó ń jáde tó ní kó wá dìbò fóun, kí lẹ máa rí sọ sí ìyẹn fún wa?
Ẹ̀wọ̀n olórí burúkú ni wọn àwọn kan wọ́n lè pa ẹ̀mí mi gan bí mo ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ lórí tí máa bú Tinubu lórí àwọn oníjẹkújẹ àwọn náà gbìjà Tinubu gbogbo owó èkó ó yẹ kó bí Tinubu léèrè pé ibo ló ti rí owó tó ń lọ ẹwù ọ̀sán fi àwọn ibo ohun artist yẹn 10 million ló pé fún ẹ̀ tí máa rí jẹ́tẹ̀ nìkan nu wọn tó ti bú tẹ́lẹ̀ ó ti gbowó ó ti ń sọ̀pọ̀ tẹ́nísìn irú àwọn yẹn ó yẹ ká máa nà wọn ni ìjẹkújẹ ló bá lù ìjẹ
ìjẹkújẹ ló bá lù ìjẹ
àdéhùn tí ń ṣe òṣèlú fún 20 years
So kí la wá lè ṣe sí in tó wà nínú Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ká tó lè fẹ́ lómi láyé kí la lè ṣe sí in tó wà nílẹ̀ olúkálùkù máa lọ́nà ẹ̀.
bá ṣe wà ẹ má jẹ pàtó yìí kí ànàbí àti Jésù wọn wá Nàìjíríà wọn lè rí tò.
ọ lè rí tò.
lẹ́yìn ìdájọ́ máa lọ́nà ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn kápẹ́. àwọn tó wá sọ pé àwọn ògbà pé wọn Nàìjíríà ẹni ẹ máa wo kó tó máa padà ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn ó dàbí ìgbà tí inú àwọn ship tó ń bẹ́ wọn pé kán wá wọ̀ tí wọ́n tètè wá ìgbà tí ẹ̀kọ́ tó wá wá ṣí tán gbogbo wọn orílẹ̀ omi gbé wọn lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣe máa rí fún àwọn ọ̀tá Yorùbá. lágbára náà
ẹ ṣe gan ni ẹ ṣe gan ni bàbá wa ẹ ká tó fẹ́ lómi láàyè I mean like I said this is a program that we'll speak our language. We love our language so much. And if that is what is comfortable for those that are calling, we will allow that as well. And I'll do my best, to communicate that. So the last caller was again of the opinion that Nigeria is not working and the insecurity is a big problem. We have a new caller on the line. Hello, caller. Ekale, sorry, Star Radio UK.
adúpẹ́ fọlọ́ Nàìjíríà lè ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ kò lè ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́.
kí ni ìdí tẹ́ ṣe sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
ok good ìdí tí o lè ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ ni pé nǹkan tó bá ti bàjẹ́ nǹkan tó bá ti fẹ́ bàjẹ́ a sì lè dọ́gbọ́n sí i nǹkan tó bá ti bàjẹ́ kọjá bíẹ̀ tó ti bàjẹ́ tó jẹ́ pé ó ti ń rùn ó ti ń yọ̀dẹ̀ kò sí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe sí mọ́ òun lọ́rọ̀ Nàìjíríà. ọgbọ́n ẹyọ kan ọ̀nà ẹyọ kan actually ọ̀nà méjì mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn tá à ń gbọ́rọ̀ ká máa ta tẹ́tí.
Thank you so much ọmọ Yorùbá 3 à ń gbọ́ yín.
so ó dà pé ọ̀nà kákòwò ní pé ọ̀nà méjì ni ẹ̀dá máa ń ní gbogbo nǹkan máa ń wà nílé ayé ìtìbítìrì láwálé ayé so ti yẹn náà tá a bá wo ọ̀nà kan bàbá àwa ló kàn tó ń pariwo káàkiri tábà tiẹ̀ wọ́n pé òkè ẹ tiẹ̀ ní sùúrù náà ọmọ Yorùbá ni àwọn Yorùbá kan àti àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan ní àwọn atajọ́ ń ṣe àdìjàngbara ìtàn tí fẹ́ máa tẹ̀lé òkè àwa tá a wà lókè òkun àwa náà wà confused a little bit not amọ́bítà lọ but àwa confused a little bit in the sense that àwọn kan sọ pé ọba Solomon fi mọ̀ ẹ ti gbọ́rọ̀ ọba Solomon rí máa yẹn máa ń sọ ọ̀rọ̀ whatever but àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó mọ́ bọ́lọ́ wá máa ń wà ní ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ náà ó sọ̀rọ̀ kọ́jọ́ kan nínú àwọn program ẹ̀ ó ní tábà tí Tinubu bá sọ pé òun fẹ́ lọ ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ ká pè é jókòó ká tó gbà fún ni o mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo everybody máa gbọ́ mi dáadáa ó ní ká tó gbà fún ká gbé jókòó ká gbé Ògún ká gbé Ṣàngó ká gbé gbogbo àwọn òṣàwà ká bìlíìfù nínú wọn yẹn ká dẹ̀ mọ́ ẹ̀ bọ́ sì ń ṣiṣẹ́ ká kó gbogbo ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ báyìí fún ká wá fi wé ká fi gbogbo nǹkan ilé ayé ká fi ló gbogbo àwọn òṣà yẹn lọ́rùn kó wá búra fún wa pé tóun bá ti dé orí oyè yẹn òun máa gba Yorùbá nation fún wa ìmọ̀ bóyá ọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn bóyá ọpọlọ wa ẹgbẹ́ kan nìyẹn o náà tá a bá wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn lọ́títọ́ because wọ́n wo lórí ipò TV lẹ́nìí àwọn onífà wa wọ́n gbọ́ pẹ̀lẹ́ sọlẹ̀ wọ́n gbé fà sọlẹ̀ wọ́n gbé gbogbo ẹ̀jọ́ lẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó ń jáde ńbẹ̀ Yorùbá nation ti dúró bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àṣẹ ni ó ti dúró already so ìsídàká lu yẹn àbí other way dẹ̀ ti mi ò fẹ́ sọ lórí afẹ́fẹ́ other way gbogbo náà ti mọ̀ ó ṣe máa ṣẹlẹ̀ already so ìmọ̀ràn tèmi nìyẹn kí gbogbo àlọ́ bára jì.
Thank you so much. The last caller again, was just to, for the benefit of our listeners that probably, could not understand, that beautiful language, which is Yoruba, that, the caller was explaining of his own view. Of his own view that, if Tinubu will swear with all our, gods, on the tradition way, then maybe, based on what somebody said, maybe then, some Yorubas will give him the opportunity. He also said that some Yorubas are confused, whether, to go for self-determination or of the opinion that they should go for 2023 election. I mean, there's a lot of Yorubas that are, hoping that 2023 will change, the storyline of Yoruba land or the storyline of Nigeria. But the question is, how do you unite 389 ethnic groups after 108 years of the 1914 amalgamation, or the 62 years of this nation that is meant to be a geographical location, according to the late Chief Oba Femi Awolowo. So you are still watching a live transmission on Star Radio UK at exactly 19:49 p.m. local time from the studio here, and I come now to the next caller on the line. I say good evening and welcome to Star Radio UK.
Yeah, good afternoon over here.
Yes, good afternoon to you on the side.
Yeah, Nigeria cannot work again.
How?
Because a lot of things. One, if you can sell alcohol in one part of the state and you cannot sell alcohol in other part of the state,
okay,
that is injustice.
Okay.
And I believe the money they generate from the alcohol they sell in the other state, which is the tax revenue, is going to be shared by those people that don't want alcohol to be sold in their state. When you talk something on Southwest, Southeast, they send their DSS or army to come and terrorize people. And they have Gumi in northern part of the country. Nobody touch Gumi. It's unfair.
Okay.
So there's a lot of things happening. During the COVID, our border was shut down while the northern border was opened.
Okay. So okay, let me ask a question. I mean, some of the border that we're talking about, the one that was shot is the one very close to Yoruba land to Benin Republic. We've just heard that the federal government paid 1-point-something billion naira for security vehicle to Niger Republic, which is again one of the borderline that we know. What is your take on that? Before you go ahead with what you wanted to say as well.
To me, it's not a new thing to me. They can go ahead and start doing all those things because we, the Yoruba, we are not part of that country anymore. Because when they were building the railway too, he said his family is from Niger. So that's why he's building railway to Niger. I don't know what economic value that is going to add to so-called Nigeria. I don't know.
Okay.
So whatever they bought for Niger, that is for Nigeria. For me, the best solution to this situation is everybody to break up. Okay. Because Tinubu cannot do nothing.
Okay.
Obedient cannot do nothing.
Okay. So what Atiku
cannot do nothing.
Okay. So when you say they cannot do nothing, maybe you can help us to elaborate a little bit for the benefit of those that are not Nigerians. They are listening to us in most African countries, and for them, they see Nigeria as a big player in the African continent, especially East Africa, West Africa, and most people from somewhere like Ethiopia, Kenya, are wondering why we want Nigeria to break and why we think that these three, which are the three? We know Showore is there as well, but we look at Peter Obi, Atiku, and Bola Tinubu, and you are still saying that we can't get any of these three, to do anything, to repair the damage on Nigeria. I want you to elaborate on that a little bit.
Okay, fine. Number one, let me start with Atiku. The policy that have the good heart for the citizen will not live out of the country. Supposed to live in the country. Atiku is living in Dubai, and Atiku was once a vice president during Obasanjo regime. Since then, he has been fighting, contesting to become a president by all means. What are you coming to do? You have the money that you stole from the privatization. Most privatization they did during Obasanjo, he was the chairman of the privatization. The money they stole, he used it to go and live in Dubai, and you are flying in to come and control us. No, that was, he cannot do nothing. Okay. Then let's go back to Tinubu. Okay. Tinubu, anybody that have citizen feelings, let me start with the Lekki. They ask him, what can you say about what happened, the shooting that happened in Lekki? He said, what are they looking for? Why are they there? A good father, a good citizen, they have his own citizen in mind, will never say that. These people have been agitating for their rights, and the military, you send the military down there to start shooting, and you say, what are they looking for? Why are they there? And they have a lot
so,
of tools.
do you just for argument's sake, is why I'm going to ask this question. I mean, he's not the the current president as at the time. He's not the current governor. He's just an ordinary stakeholder in the party, which we know. He's also a citizen. But why would that be, one big reason, from what you're saying? I mean, just for argument's sake.
Okay, but one, for you to come out to campaign to people that you want to do them good, or you want to give them the best, with your attitude, with what you have been portrayed, your behavior that you have been portraying right from the day one is going to determine maybe people will like to vote you in or not. But you are not showing any example of we to trust you or entrust anything in your hand if you get there. Because with all this little scenario that's happening and it cannot act. Many places burned down in Southwest, he didn't go there to to give them anything or to show appreciation as a leader. But when it comes to the north part of the country, he will fly down there and donate a lot of money because he believes he can, if he control the Yoruba, that he doesn't need to do much in Yoruba land. He has to do it on the northern side so that they can look him as a good person. No, it does not work that way. Okay. It does not work that way.
Okay. So let's talk about Peter Obi.
For Obi, he may be a good man from what he has been saying from his state, that he is a governor, he did it. That is for him. I check around his state. Most of the roads are not good. And because you wanted to contest for the president, you are traveling to other countries to know how they make their structure of electricity. Why can't you do that when you are a governor?
Okay.
Why are you boboing everybody? Everybody just come and bobo. Okay. You see, you prostrate from the grassroots, show what you can deliver, not when you are contesting as a president, you started moving around, you went to deal to see what they do, you went to Singapore to see their port authority out there. No, you could have started doing that before you wanted to contest.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. So that was a brilliant one there. Let's just give somebody else, the benefit to also add, and we really appreciate your input on Star Radio UK, and we hope you will join us. We will do more of these. Like I said, Star Radio UK, Niger Voices comes up every Wednesday, and I think it is time now to also get the engagement of some of our listeners across the globe as well. So the number, if you like to call in, you can speak our local dialect if that is what you want to speak, and we will try to also translate that, to those that are not, Yoruba speaking as well. We have a new caller as well. Hello, caller. Welcome to Star Radio UK. So it's Star Radio UK. Very good. Okay.
Nigeria ò lè wọ̀ nítorí pé èdè wa òun ṣe di same. Ẹbí ìlú òyìnbó mo wà bíbá yìí sí níbi tí mo wà yìí èdè wọn ni wọ́n ń sọ gbogbo àwọn èdè tí ò tó Yorùbá náà tí wọn ò tó population Yorùbá èdè wọn everybody. Why tó jẹ́ pé àwa sí abroad bíbá yìí náà and àwọn senators wa àwọn governors wa àwọn náà wá sí abroad. Wọ́n wá sí gbogbo àwọn European countries yìí jẹ́ pé they are not up to our population. Kí ló dé tó jẹ́ pé àwọn sọ èdè tiwọn àwọn ò lè yìn sí ní house ni pé no Nàìjíríà àti tóbi. Gómìnà president kan kò yẹ kó máa control Nàìjíríà. Because Nàìjíríà ti tóbi jù fún èèyàn kan láti máa control with that language
everybody might have family.
Okay.
That's the problem we are having in Nigeria. And if we keep up to the Nigeria, it's still going to continue like that. The earlier the better. We end it now. Once and for all.
Lórí security kẹ́tó máa lọ fáǹfààní àwọn aráalé tó ń wò wá àtàwọn tó ń gbọ́ wa ní ẹ̀yìn odi. Kí lẹ máa sọ sí security ètò security tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní Nàìjíríà? Kí lẹ máa sọ sí kẹ́tó máa lọ?
Security tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ Nàìjíríà kò wà encouraging, kò bójú mu. Torí chief security of the state is the governor. And àwọn governor yìí náà ni àwọn ni wọn ò dá sí, àwọn ló lówó lọ́wọ́. Ṣebí ó kìí ṣe òkè gbòòrò àsárídòkùkùlà ní mo wo fídíò ẹ̀ ní ṣe 2 or 3 days ago. Look at how harm that guy is. Tó wá jẹ́ pé lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ Yorùbá ni guy yẹn wà ń sìn, wọ́n ti máa fi hàn, wọ́n ti máa arrest ẹ̀, wọ́n ti máa ṣe so many things. But èmi ò mọ̀ pé tó ń ṣe Yorùbá, àkàlà kàwé àkàlà gbọ́n ni gbogbo ọgbọ́n wa ilẹ̀lẹ̀ ni. Àkàmàjẹra wa lẹ́sẹ̀ ní kàmàbàtàrà wa jẹ́ ni. Kí ni chief ìgbòho ṣe? Ẹ tí oníkan tí oníkan kan ló dé yẹn. Ìlú wọn lórí bó ṣe rí yìí ló ní ta lẹ́ni tó tún lè jáde pé ó kí o. Ọ̀nà báyìí ni ká má gbà. Wọ́n kàn kó àjèjì wá sí ìlú wa everyday.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Ẹ jẹ́ àti fún ẹ ṣé gan ni. Ẹ jẹ́ àti fẹ́ lómi láyè. While we are taking the next caller, please hold on the next caller. Let me quickly just explain what the last caller said. Hold on the caller on the line. The last caller, for the benefit of our listeners, said that because of our language barriers in Nigeria, that for him is one argument that Nigeria should break. I did ask him about insecurity. He's not pleased as well as we're discussing the insecurity in Nigeria. He also said that the president currently Nigeria is too big, with about 206 million Nigerians. It is just too big for one person to manage. We have the next caller. There's a bit of distorted sound coming from this caller, but let's see if we can manage it. Hello, caller. Good evening and welcome to Star Radio UK.
Good evening, Mr. Koiki. Thank you for the work.
You're welcome.
I'm directing my message to the students of Nigeria.
Okay, it looks like you're doing some other thing. There's a lot of distorted sound coming as well. So maybe you might want to stop what you're doing so that we can listen to you. Okay. All right. Let's manage it then. Go ahead.
I'm just directing my message to the students. But if the federal government can go ahead and purchase a vehicle of 1.4 billion naira to the Nigeria Republic, why this lecturer strike? I believe by now all the students should be on the streets.
Okay.
Because it shows the government is telling them that they are stupid. Because if not, what can the government be doing this? Funding other nations and leaving the students out of school, not paying the lecturers. So I believe the students will rise up now and all these politicians will rise up.
Okay.
They're really messing up their lives.
Okay, all right.
So this one.
Thank you so much, and that is well, and we appreciate you. Even though I believe you're making your way home after the long day, you can also add to the conversation. The line is still open, and it looks like more people wants to call. Maybe we'll just extend it to the full time that we normally have, which is 8:30. So we still have about 28 minutes to play with. Let's hear what you have to say. The insecurity. Can you please mute the background? Let's hear about the insecurity, and likewise, breaking away from Nigeria 2023. What is your own take? Because you are also a stakeholder. Good evening and welcome to Star Radio UK. The next caller.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Koiki.
You're live with us. Go ahead.
So first of all, I want the listener to know this. You see, Nigeria, even if people are not clamoring for their country, like Yoruba Nation, their friends.
Yeah.
I have been saying it and I will keep on saying it. Nigeria is too large for one person to control.
Okay, so you agree with the last caller as well, is what you're saying. Go ahead.
like combining France, Germany, UK together as a country. And you are expecting one person to control it. How is that possible for crying out loud? And people should take note of this one. If Nigeria still exists, there are so many things that can never finish. Number one is security. It can never end. They should take note. Number two, corruption. It can never end. They should take note.
Sorry to interject. So even if we have a new system, a new president, all these what you're saying, continue shisha.
We can never work. Never.
Okay.
Never. Combining the Hausa food, Igbo food, Yoruba food, combine it together, can it make our basic food? The stomach will go,
Okay.
So those things that are listed up, they can never be. The selfishness of the politician, it can never go down. So people should not take note. All the we are not saying that they should not vote, they should be elected or whatever. But if they want to vote next, which I'm not very sure that the election next year, 2023, I'm not very sure, but if they want to vote, they should consider those things. It's not that we
okay.
They accepting their own rights, their own best rights to people that they won't even know the work of what they have. So the best thing, and not because maybe I'm a Yoruba guy and we are clamoring for our country. No, even though if I'm not Nigerian, if I'm not Igbo, if I'm not Hausa, if I'm not Yoruba, maybe I'm from Ghana, I will advise the citizen to just break that Nigeria. Let everybody go on their own way and go and monitor their system. The reason why I said this is that each region, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, they were country because the British matched them together at 1914. They should take note of that. If British matched them together at 1914, what were they at 1913? So they should take note.
Let me ask this question just again to get the perspective of maybe somebody that is watching us from the northern part of Nigeria, and I don't have a good gauge of what is their view, but we do know that they want to keep Nigeria. But how do you expect somebody in the northern part of Nigeria to feel with a lot of this self-determination, the disintegration of Nigeria, the dissolution of Nigeria, probably maybe adding to it just the insecurity. But most importantly, if somebody that is living in the north, what do you think, their own expectation, to Nigeria today?
You say, okay, thank you, sir. As you are now, you are enlightening the Yorubas that we were Yoruba before the 1914 amalgamation, right?
Yes.
And Igbo too, they have their own people agitating for example. So the Hausa themselves, they need someone that will enlighten them, that will let them know that no, they are Hausa or Arewas because they match us together with Yoruba and Igbo. So they need that person. It's because they don't have. That is why they are thinking they are the one that wins Nigeria. So they need somebody that will let them know that no, Nigeria is not for you. Nigeria is not even for any of the tribe in that country. It was British that came in 1940 to come and match them together and gave us that name, Nigeria. Even if we break, the Hausa should not even name their country Nigeria. You understand, sir? Yeah. They should name their own country, maybe Hausa country or Arewa country or whatever. That name Nigeria needs to, we need to eradicate the name
completely.
Totally.
Okay.
Okay, not be real for things at all. So I think that's the best thing that we can do. As Igbo people have in Andetano, as Yoruba people have you, and Shipsonibo and all that, the Hausa too, they need someone
to educate them and enlighten them. And before you go, just one more thing. Fanfa now to one the insecurity tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí, what advice lè lè fún ẹni tó wà nílé? Wọ́n gbé ọmọ wa ní Lapotec Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́, wọ́n san 5 million but wọ́n padà pa àti èèyàn kan ọlọ́kadà tó gbówó lọ escape with a bullet wound. Fáǹfà náà tó wà nílé lálẹ́ ìtàn ń gbọ́ wa ní gbogbo agbègbè ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti Nigeria as a whole, advice ìmọ̀ràn wọn lè máa fún wọn. What advice will you give somebody at home today with the insecurity?
My own advice is that ibi tí kò bá wà necessary kí wọ́n máa lọ, and they should stay vigilant, they should be watchful. Tó bá lọ wájú kó máa fi pẹ́, tó bá ń pẹ́ yìí kó máa. It is not a month for them to go to party. Tí ọ̀rẹ́ ò bá ṣe lọ kí, don't go there. They should just stay in store. They should stay. I think that is my own advice. The two advice that I give them is that they should avoid.
It's not necessary. Yeah, just like the Canadian government says, all non-essential travel, avoid it to Nigeria. And I think you said it quite well. Thank you so much. And let's get somebody else in as well. I mean, this is your program, Star Radio UK. This program comes up every Wednesday, and we've been doing this for the last 5 years. But again, it's an opportunity, especially for the Yorubas like myself, very proud Yoruba person that would love to, get ourselves into, the movement of having our own independent nation. There's nothing wrong in that. It is not a crime. But how do you explain, to someone in the northern part of Nigeria or a Yoruba person that believes that they also be and own Nigeria, and you are now saying to them we should break away from something that they've had about for 62 years? Somebody also talked about, what we can call how do we pay back the debt? If we're saying we don't want to be Nigerians and nobody's going to use Nigeria, I think all that will be resolved, if a country breaks away. Next week, we might be discussing, what are the implications, of some of our debt, the issues surrounding when it comes to the breaking up of Nigeria. What are the expectations? And we got to be very, very realistic. I'll be discussing that, next week on Star Radio UK. We're still about, 20 minutes away, because I realized that, more people wanted to get involved, and you still have about less than 10 minutes before you can get involved. Let me also appreciate everyone that have joined us on all the different platforms across the globe this evening. Once again, you are watching your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. I welcome you as you're joining, and also as you're settling in as well. One thing we've got to remember as well is, some of the, what is going on the social media. Now let me take you to the social media where the news all happening as we speak right now. And I will be reading different ones from different individuals. As we speak right now, Niger Republic have dropped down to number 2, trending with 85,007 tweets so far. Even people have already started showing the kind of vehicle that was brought. Let me see if I can. These are the vehicles that Buhari has brought for Niger Republic to fight insecurity. Toyota Land Cruiser V8. I don't know whether you know this vehicle, but I can show you. So the engineers are working tirelessly, to bring the picture of some of these, exotic vehicles. This is what Buhari brought to Niger Republic, and yet we have insecurity in Nigeria. Nobody can move freely anymore. But yet the federal government have just bought V8 Toyota Cruise to the government of Niger Republic. Wow, what an interesting time to be alive. What is your take on that? These are all the questions. Thank you so much to all our listeners on Star Radio UK and also on the Mix LR this evening. I'll also be here, some other time where you can join me. And I guess we have a new caller that is coming. But at the background, you'll be seeing the pictures of the vehicle that was brought. Hello, caller, and welcome to Star Radio UK. Can you mute the background if you're listening to yourself as well, please? You're live with us. Go ahead.
All right. Good evening.
You're welcome, sir.
Mr. Koiki.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Actually, I have been following the program, and I, want to put in my own little contribution.
Go ahead. You're live with us on the radio now. Go ahead. We can hear you loud and clear.
All right. you always see is that religion is the number one problem that we have here.
Okay.
In Nigeria, religion.
Okay.
Because for religion is what we don't have, but we have our tradition.
Okay.
Tradition is absolutely totally different from religion, because in our own tradition we have our own culture, whereby our own culture brings in orderliness and peace. But religion that we have, it was introduced to us, and that is what changes the mind. That is what changed the mind of everybody, and then giving them different perspectives. Because it is in the religion that the foreign religion that we have, that was being brought to us. It is there that we were told that don't worry, do whatever you want, even if you do wrong, God will still forgive you. But in our own time, this is the reason why you see lots of insecurity, many things going on. Anyone can do whatever he or she wants. So you see lots of bad things happening. But when you talk about our own tradition, everybody hears the deity, everybody hears the supreme being, that which the cry of the Yoruba follows. Nobody can ever overstep in the Yoruba tribe, in the Yoruba culture or Yoruba tradition. Nobody does it, because that same person will be exposed in everything. So everybody will go in an orderly manner to an extent that before the introduction of foreign religion, look at our trade and barter system. Everything was in order. When you have something that I don't have, and you need something that that I'm having, I have this is you bring yours, and I give you what I have. It goes like that. And everything, even if you place your market here, you go to somewhere else for 10, 15, 20 minutes, you are not get back. You just say whoever wants to buy, this is how it is. People will come, keep the money there, keep everything goes smoothly. But now that is the number one problem, Master Koiki. That is the number one problem, religion. Until everybody goes back home, and then, like one of the callers just said recently, he said that Tinubu, if Tinubu has to do anything that some Woli or Solomon said, King Solomon said, that he has to kind of go through all the swearing and all the oaths of the Yoruba thing. Number one thing, because that is not religion, that is the culture that we have, which is missing greatly in Nigeria now.
Okay.
Because now number two, Master, that is politics. Politics is not something that has been, part of the Yoruba tradition. Not people select leaders. Leaders are being selected in an orderly manner. They have consultation. Those are the things that bring peace. And even in our ancient Yoruba times, olóyè kan tó bá ti gbàbọ̀dẹ̀ àti tó bá ti fẹ́ gba ọ̀nà ìbúrú tó bá fẹ́ mú ẹlòmíì tí wọ́n mọ̀ fún máa rí jẹ ní ààrẹ, kò sí ní ìlú yẹn lójú kò ní ráyè, kò ní ìlú yẹn ò ní tòrò until the same person that is being consulted by Ifa or by that is being consulted is being there. So politics is better because any politician come from anywhere and they rule over anyone, which brings about instability.
So what do we do, moving forward now, after knowing so much distorted information, and now that a lot of us are becoming, the information, is still not getting to some certain area, but it looks like, the technology that we have now, we have been watched in almost all the part of the globe this evening. This couldn't have happened, some 30 years ago. what do we do now to enlighten people, and moving forward, from your own advice?
Well, actually, sir, one thing I believe is that because many are called, but few are chosen. Many people still will remain the way they are.
Okay.
Many people will never change. They will believe in their brainwashing that they have been with for so many years. Regardless of the awareness, regardless of anything, they will never until the worst happens.
Okay.
Until the worst happens.
So they'll wait to the last minute and then before you go, insecurity in Nigeria has become a very dangerous one. Advice maybe to the government or to the citizen of the country before you go, because I know you're not speaking from Nigeria, but I'm not going to give too much details on that. Go ahead.
Yes. The advice is that everyone, Nigeria cannot work. Nigeria cannot work. Everybody, Yoruba people should be autonomous on their own and then be a sovereign state of their own.
Okay.
Because each tribe cannot coexist together. No tribe can coexist together and form one government. Imagine saying 5, 10 tribes. So best thing is the country, a group of similar language, the understandable language speaking people should just govern themselves.
Okay.
Because no matter what, this thing has been reoccurring and it's been reoccurring. Some people will go over, they will want to rule over the other one. This thing is just for it to divide.
Wow. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yes. Please, and then may I just put just one.
Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Yes. Another thing that we'll have, sir, is our ethnic resource.
Okay.
Ethnic resource control. If there is a particular ethnicity and they have their own land, they have their own region, no other foreign ethnic from outside can control such things better like their owner, like the people with which nature has placed on that particular land.
Okay.
So for a foreign tribe or for somebody who doesn't speak the language of the indigenous people coming to control their resources, there will never be stability.
Wow. Thank you so much.
So
go ahead.
And then our language is equal to history, because once your language is taken away, your whole history is wiped out. Now I don't know, like when we were little, when we were in school, they would say waiting call, like Yoko, Atiada, Koipeo, Iṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ wa, ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́, àmàjà. Those are the things that keep ringing in the bell of the children. Till they grow up, then they will come to know that even if you go to school, you need to have a handwork. You need to have something that you do. But this time, it doesn't occur again. They don't do that anymore. Because why? The language has been rubbished. The indigenous language. And then do you know that the benefits of the language, which brings your history with it together, that is greater than academics. Because even if the foreign people bring their own system of education to us, we as a Yoruba speaking people, for the fact that we are Yoruba speaking people, we have a history. And no one can suppress us. And history with your language brings self-dignity.
Right.
No other people from outside can come and say, no, you put your language aside, that is not their thing. This is what we have for you. This is going to make you better. Even if we are going to accept that, they will see that these people held on to their language.
Wow.
So, look at India. Look at India has more than 28 states. India That's why every state is an autonomous state because each state speaks different languages.
Okay.
In every state they have their chief ministers, whereby they have their own resources, they rule over their own resources. If the federal government is about to borrow from them or use their resources, he will have to pay tax.
All right. Thank you so much. Because of the time constraint, that is why. But I think we got quite a lot from you, and we couldn't have said thank you so much. That will be the last call for this evening because of the time constraint. It's coming up to 24 minutes past 8 p.m. Local time here in London from the North London studio where we are reporting from this evening. Before we go. Before I hand over back to the studio, where I would like to appreciate every single one of you. Ama Uche, thank you so much. Quite a lot of comments, coming. Dr. Benjamin, a Japanese, is proud to be from Japan. Why can't a Yoruba be proud to be from his Yoruba nation? Julius Tosi, thank you so much. And likewise, Sharifa Agbabiaka, thank you as well. Let's quickly appreciate those of you, Kusini Mola Oluwadamilare. I'll just say Oluwadamilare. Thank you so much. Omowa AK Kayode. Thank you so much. Olalekan. Our mother Funke Bello. Thank you for watching, and millions of you that will probably watch this later as well. Next week, we will be having Chief Mrs. Mudukwela Onitiri. I've spoken with her, and we agreed that she will be coming at about Wednesday. There will be a lot of probably different network that will pick the broadcast as well. But make sure you stay tuned. I'll be giving more details about that. This Friday, I will be appearing on Yeyedara Global, and we'll be discussing, how the youth in Nigeria now needs to embrace self-determination. So Friday, you will be able to watch me at about 6 p.m. local time on Yeyedara Talk Show. Myself and Yeyedara will be discussing, message to our youth to embrace freedom for self-determination, Yoruba Nation now. I was looking at the biography of Lugard. At 26, Lugard was already exploring most African countries, going through most dangerous route as well. So the youth today, age 40, 30, 20, what do you actually want? Do you think that, APC, PDP, or Labour Party will be able to solve the problem? All these I will be discussing on Yeyedara Talk Show on Friday as well. So also, these are the vehicles that the federal government says they bought from, the Niger Republic. I mean, V8 Toyota. So I wanted to go through with some of the comment that is coming. 2022 Toyota Land Cruiser V8. These are the vehicles that Buhari has bought for Niger Republic, to fight security. I would love to be in one of these, where I can drive it with my family. But this is what the government has been doing. Imagine if David Odoye, that also posted this picture of the vehicle about 2 hours ago, did not reveal to us. Nobody from the government would ever say that this is what we use 1.4 billion for purchase of 10 Land Cruiser V8 vehicle to fight insecurity. It looks like Buhari is just giving away the money, taxpayers' money from Nigeria, to Niger Republic. 25 years ago, let me take more as well. Let's now look at what the Yorubas are saying as we're just about 3 minutes out of this program. Like I said, there will be a mega rally that is coming up. There's a Yoruba anthem that is also being advised for those of you that are living in Nigeria. Why not join that anthem challenge? You could also be winning almost 100,000 naira. I'm sure you would need 100,000 naira for those of you at home. And also, you probably also could win 50,000 as well. We also appreciate, those that have been praying in this particular month. Let us remember that we've been told to recite Psalm 121. And before I go tonight, let's quickly recite it. My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. Indeed, he who watches over the Yoruba land will neither slumber nor sleep. The sun will not harm you by the day, nor the moon by the night. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. Well, we pray for those that are, lost their loved ones in Nigeria, insecurity. We wish we could do anything more than, pray for you. But we understand, the pain, especially with the latest one, which is Rachel. Rachel is a final year student. Because of the ASU strike, she was just doing a basic job in an hotel. 2 of them were kidnapped. 5 million naira was paid. Eventually, the terrorists refused to let her go, and they still have to end up killing her. Sulaiman, as you can see, you can watch the video clip on Olayomi Hamzat. He was in the captive of the Fulani terrorists for 4 months. We can only pray that he's back, and we can continue to hope he will recover quickly as well. Let's continue to remind ourselves that Nnamdi Kanu is still being held in the prison after the rendition and the killing by the federal government of Nigeria. We're just about 1 minute away. Remember Dr. Chinelo, she was meant to leave Nigeria under 72 hours before she was killed on the 28th of March this year by the same terrorists. Davishe, again a young Yoruba woman, was raped inside a BRT in Lagos. We are now asking the governor of Lagos State to get justice for her. Also, we remember our sister Chinere that was killed by the DSS as well in Nigeria as well. So quite a lot is happening in Nigeria. This is how far I can go tonight. I will be back again same time next week, but join me tomorrow at exactly 11 o'clock in the morning when I'm going to be joining the team as well. Property Hour is coming up tomorrow on Star Radio UK. For those of you that have been finding it difficult to find us on Star Radio UK on Facebook, bear with us. The team are working tirelessly to revive it back. But for now, you can follow Archie Amon on Facebook, where you can be able to watch it. Also, you can follow us on the YouTube on Star Radio UK. I would like to say thank you so much to every single one of you that have joined me tonight. This is the time to say Odaro. I'll be back again same time next week. And I'll hand over back now to Archie in the studio, where he's going to be taking over from me. Once again, have a very good evening. If you're watching us, have a very good night. And if you're watching us in the New Zealand, Australia, I say a very good morning to you. My name again is Olayomi Koiki. You'll be able to join me on all my social media handle as we continue the campaign for Yoruba Nation, no going back.